Ah, you know what that tastes like? Tastes like no hangover.
This is like for perspective, everyone. I think this is like or about the same time as our last week's one, so earlier again. But we're both as fresh as daisies. We're feeling good.
I am a blossoming sunflower. You
Ray
know,
of sunshine, a ray of sunshine right now.
I
Just
woke up and I just looked out the window and I thought today is gonna be a day. And normally that never happens. Normally I wake up and be like, close those blinds, head under the blanket.
what time does KFC open?
I'll give them a call for a pre-order. And it's normally a call with few words. It's just like, Ant, yeah, usual, yeah, see
Yeah,
you soon, yeah.
thank you.
The happy days.
We've done it. It's the first time in a very long time where we've just been just complete middle road. We're good.
I know, and I don't feel, yeah, off.
Yeah, good on us.
This might be a very PG episode if that's the case.
Probably not.
Nah, parental guidance is recommended, kids. Uh,
It's explicit on the Spotify. The Spotify thing is tagged as explicit.
yeah, every time I upload these, I just go through and it's like, is this made for kids? Is this explicit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normally automatically ticked.
That knows. It's well aware.
Anyway,
Let's do it.
let go.
That's the play of the game. That is the play of the game. Time!
From the impossible angle, and he puts it through, and Portland.
Danger, 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 danger. Butler, 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 Butler.
Get around him! Get around him! Edge of the seat.
Jared, welcome to episode 37. 6? 7? 6? Ah, you know, it's been that fucking many.
I'm looking because I reckon
Yeah.
I do this every week. We're getting there.
It's 37.
36.
It's 36.
36.
Okay, welcome to episode 36.
Good.
Michael Pettigrew.
Oh, that's a real weird one. I was literally trying to think of one as well, and I couldn't get it. 36. There's one in my head, but I can't.
36 is an odd number.
Yeah. There's like a famous one.
Famous 36.
Yeah, fucking I've got it.
I don't think his name's fucking, but yeah.
Oh, it's like Brandon, Dane Swan. It's fucking Dane Swan.
It's fucking Dane Swan. As opposed to Dane Swan.
As opposed to just Dane Swan, the Brownlow medalist. It's 36. There you go.
That whole minute we've just wasted everyone's time.
Oh well, sorry everybody. We're good.
While you're driving or watching this, name a 36 from your club. We can be interactive. Like the Wiggles. Or like Dora.
We'll wait until you can think of one.
Do you know where the 36 is? Is it there? Is it there? Is it there?
Oh,
I prefer to be hungover.
yeah. Oh well.
I walked out this morning and there's vacuum cleaners going, there's washing machines and dishwashers flying out, and I'm just sitting there going, I don't like this life.
I was gonna say, is this what happens Sunday mornings when I'm usually asleep?
Yeah, like quite literally. What is this noise? There's dogs barking, people talking loudly, and I'm just there like, I prefer to be hungover.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, you have to experience the other side to appreciate the other ones.
I never thought I'd appreciate the other side of the other side, but yeah.
Oh,
Here we are.
here we are.
Has,
Done
How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been busy, but with no like men's footy on anymore. Like, there's like it's weird now because I get to like Fridays and I'm like, all right, like I just go home and that's it. Like it's done.
Quite
And,
literally.
oh,
It's
well.
like you get to a Friday and it's like, well, there's no, I mean, there's sport on, but it's like, yeah. And then you watch your team in the AFLW and it's like, well, that's some sort of footy fix, but it's October.
Yeah, and they play at like horrendous times. Like they just, which is ridiculous. But oh well, we don't need to get into that. Don't need to get into that at all. But the timing of the AFLW games are horrendous. But yeah, oh well, it's what it is.
Takes me back to like the junior days when you were given a weird time slot, play like
Yeah,
under 12s, and you're playing at like 10:45. You have to be there at 9:45.
yeah. Like the AFLW, like when it was finals time for us, they were playing games at like 5 p.m. on a Friday, and I was like, great, awesome. Like, who the fuck are you gonna get going to those games? Whatever. It is what it is. It's fine.
I mean, if they're having happy hour at the at the AFLW, at the Adelaide Oval as well, because that place is expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. I think they'd get more people to games.
Maybe. Or they just put them in normal times. Fuck.
Would you rather the AFLW go 7:10 p.m. Friday night at a Marvel or a 5:50 p.m. on a Friday at some local park?
No. So you got to go the middle ground. You go your 7:40 at the local grounds. Like the local grounds are better for the AFLW, especially now. Because it's like that's just they suit it better. Like it works at Moorabbin, like it works at Icon Park and stuff like that. Just you need to put them at the time slots where people can get to it. So your 7:10s on a Friday and your 7:30s or whatever, and then like have them go and like you can have them at the local grounds because it makes it easy to get to. For one, you can park and shit like that. Like people aren't having like a big thing about footy on like nights and stuff. It's like, oh, I have to train home at 11, blah, blah, blah. If you do it at local parks, you can drive, you can park around the streets and stuff like that. And it's easy. Like, just put them at times where people are going to get there, please.
Especially like it was the same with Gather Round. Like they did the Freo. Who did they play? The Gold Coast?
I think so. And it was
Oh yeah, Freo Gold Coast, 3:40 at Norwood Oval.
Yeah.
The parade.
On the Friday or whatever, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was one, it was terrible for parking.
Yeah.
Two, it was terrible for the suburb. And three, it was just terrible for traffic coming out of the city.
Yeah.
At people that live in the Norwood and general area. So it applies everywhere. But if you're playing an AFLW game at 5:30 on a Friday afternoon, I don't think you're expecting much. I think early games in the season were like 10:30 on a Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when the men's season was going and they had the finals going, for some reason they were just like, fuck it, 10:30 on a Saturday, and it's like, who the fuck's gonna like? Who's gonna be there? People are waking up. Like, oh, whatever. Here's what it is. Anyway.
Remember how we said before the show that we would find content to talk about? Well, we found something to complain about.
Yeah. I have strong opinions on the scheduling of the AFLW. But anyway.
Strong opinions on the scheduling of a lot of things.
Yeah, I do. Oh, well.
Like the cricket yesterday. Started at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Every game this year has started at like 7:30 at night.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Where's the advertisement for it?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's a completely different thing. That's obviously a different podcast. But like cricket advertising is just
Welcome to Complaints on the Glass Table.
pretty much. We need to move on, otherwise we're just gonna keep complaining about stuff.
Yeah, we can move on. Off-field stuff has been happening.
Yes.
And by happening, I mean there's a news article here and there.
Yeah, and it's just AFL players being AFL players. Like the AFL players being like just 20-something-year-old guys that just do dumb shit.
Correct.
Just do real stupid shit and just get themselves in trouble.
I've seen a lot of. I haven't caught up with a lot of the clubs outside of Port, but I've seen like some of Port boys have been traveling to London. Miles Bergman is in the Netherlands, I think it was, which was like, I'd like to be there with him. My boy Trav Boak is doing his annual trip to overseas, and he just gets miraculously more fitter than ever.
It's just doing his trips.
And I wouldn't mind betting that it's about the time that he goes there on his own, and then players meet up with him afterwards. He was there with Christian Petrarca.
Oh,
I was like, if a prime Boak, right, at 35 is still doing his thing overseas, and you've got Christian Petrarca coming with you overseas, if Petrarca wins the Brownlow and Melbourne win the flag next year, you know where to thank. I'm telling you, Boak took
I was
Butters
leaning
and Rosie there last year, and look what happened.
more towards the if Boat comes back, like, and he comes back next year and he's back to his best, you can thank Petrarca. I was going the other way and track cooking him all his dinners and stuff, but
yeah, I've never seen Boak. If Boak has a TikTok account next year and he's doing all the cooking and shit, I know who to thank.
probably why I invited him though. He was like, "Fuck, I don't want to cook myself food." He was like, "I'll do Track. Track will fucking make something for me. It's fine. I'll be right."
Spaghetti bolognese.
Just constantly, every night.
Just carbs,
So
different sauces.
Oh yeah.
Drax carbonara is pretty good, apparently. I asked Trav.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me know how you go.
But yeah, so if Track gets good next year, well, gets better than what he already is, which is in our star, I'll write up the invoice for you, Trav, and just know where to thank. But yeah, they're all overseas. They're all traveling. Few people going to NFL games. I think some were at the UFC. There was a couple of other things I saw, but I don't know. Would you ever go overseas in the middle of off season?
It's kind of the life, isn't it? Just like because you have that like month period or whatever it is where you can kind of just do whatever you want, and every like 95% of the AFL players are just like, oh, off I go. Like they just take off. Like a bunch of the Saints boys were in France like not long after we went out,
Right.
Italy and stuff. Like they just like it's they just love it, and I would love that shit. Like being able to just being on the money that they're on, they could just kind of just be like, yeah, we'll go on a boys trip for a couple of weeks to wherever. Like there's obviously all the stories like all the old Rat Pack and stuff like they'd go to Vegas like every off season and whatever. Like that is just like it's just the life. Like you just go and spend 2 weeks somewhere and then come back and then you're all good.
It is very funny. I did see that picture of it was like Cal Wilkie, Jack Steele, a couple of others, and then on the end was Dougal Howard. Instantly in my mind thought, JT loves this video, loves this photo.
We're gonna leave him there.
All I heard in my head as soon as I saw that pic was, one of these things just doesn't belong. And that's what you were singing.
Oh yeah, big time. Oh, it's very. There was a photo. It was like Cooper Sharman, Hunter Clark, and Ben Patton at the front of the Eiffel Tower, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like they didn't even have to be in France; they wouldn't get recognized. Like, they could have gone anywhere in Melbourne; it still would have been okay. It's just really funny to see. Like, it's one thing is really funny to see what kind of groups are made and stuff in different teams. Like, there's a South Australia kind of gang thing in like Secura. There's like Naz, Wangani Miller, and there's Tom Highmore and like Cal Wilkie and stuff. And they kind of like, they're like the SA boys, so like hang out and stuff. And then there's like a few Perth boys that hang out, whatever. It's real cool to see like just the random ones, like just real random groups of people that all hang out together. It's funny.
Yeah, I like how, it's funny because sometimes you'll see like, the gravitational pull of younger and then the older, they go separate. And then there's obviously a couple that mix through. And I think I was looking at on a Port's picks and it's like Jackson Mead, Burgoyne, and there was a couple of others. And then you just see all these experienced players with them in Bali. And I'm just there like, I think your time's passed, boys.
Nah, they're just they're hanging out with the younger guys to keep them young. They're like, I need something to keep me going.
I love when they do like the travel with like the girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, That was booked months ago.
Yeah, they had that shit planned like
Yeah.
3 years ago. They're like, you're not fucking like you've been playing footy all year.
Mhm.
You're doing this trip with me.
I want some of me time.
Yeah,
And we're going to Spain, of all places.
I would fucking love to go to Spain right now.
Voila! But some of these things obviously go wrong. There's a point to why we're talking about it. We're not just judging people's trips.
Yeah, of course.
Although that would probably be a story we could do.
Yep.
Not all of these go right. Some of
No.
these can be very funny. Obviously, there's some that are shit. Like we talk about John McCarthy with Port 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's 11 years. Jesus Christ. But then, yeah, some of them are quite funny.
Yeah, you get players, just like I said, you get players being 20-something-year-old blokes that just try to just do like what they're doing. They get a bit drunk and whatever. Like the AFL, had an article come out and stuff. And then there's one, it's like the famous one of Stevie J, where he was at like the Torquay Hotel and he tried to jump the fence and he landed on concrete and broke both his ankles. Like
That's fucked.
like just shit like that is just like it's just young blokes just they're let free for a month and they lose all capabilities of being anybody.
Well, that's the thing. Like you talk about, and then Ollie Wines, as I said, he's in India for the Cricket World Cup, which is fucking phenomenal. Like, what a dream. Be there for a World Cup, watching Trav Head hit 100 in no time, Davey Warner hitting a ton a few days earlier. And then a few years ago, he was on a jet ski or whatever they do it.
Yeah.
Fucking broke his shoulder. The 2021 Brownlow medalist.
It's so
Wakeboarding,
good.
that's what it is.
Yeah. And like it's just so funny. Like obviously this is kind of important now because of the whole Callum Mills situation. Which is just
I love how he had to do a press conference.
yeah, to be fair, you're the captain of the club or vice captain or whatever the fuck.
I just want to know if he pinned him.
Wait.
Oh, hold the phone. Yeah!
Cal. Well done, Cal.
Cal Mills, you are the 2023 Sydney Swans wrestling champion.
Good Lord.
9 to 12 months of injury for the championship. Fucking worth it.
Yeah.
He's walking into rehab like this. The one shoulder in a sling, the other one with the belt. Full credit to the boys.
They're all them. I wonder who is it come out who he was wrestling?
No.
I wonder who it was.
My guess is Tom Hickey. Tom Hickey was pretending to be the Undertaker.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he's injured, if Cameron's injured, that means that whoever he was fighting was obviously someone that could take him. It was like Francis something. Like it was someone just.
It wouldn't be Aaron Francis. He's too ranger. I think it would be someone like McLean.
Yeah, okay. Joel Amati. Joel Amati would have killed him.
Joel Amati, yeah.
Joel Amati would have murdered Callum Mills.
Joel Amati was angry that you took him off this stupid sexy list.
Well, he should have fucking kicked a goal in, shouldn't he?
So he's taking it out on the bloke he saw next. It was his captain.
Oh.
Just want to picture how it went, though. Like, was there a
Not
table
well.
involved?
Not well. That would have been very
Well,
drunk.
clearly it didn't go
Well,
well.
I would have just been like, come here. I'll get you in a headlock, and then you got to try and get out of it. Like just shit like that.
Oh, these players, man. Honestly, yeah. One of the more random ones I'll give to people because we like random shit here.
Of course.
It's Jad Grant. Copped a stinger. Yeah, microphone head. It was this was back in 2008. He was at a recovery session at the beach. He got stung by a stingray.
It's kind of baller. It's a pretty cool story to tell.
Is it though? 2 years before, the greatest Australian of them all, Steve Irwin, passed away because of these stupid little.
Yeah, well, fuck.
And then it's happened to Jad Grant.
Stingray's had a real rough 3 years in there, eh?
Well, we don't. I can't say it. I can't say it.
We're gonna get ourselves in a lot of trouble.
I can't say it. No, I can say it. Fuck it. Just I really know what their range is. Like you've gone from Steve Irwin, Jared Grant.
Anybody in the middle.
It's just anyway.
No.
Yeah.
There's real random ones like Max King a couple of years ago got hit with a golf ball,
I was just about to say.
which is pretty funny.
Ruled him out of round one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was round one, which is hilarious. And it was like right after like he'd done his ACL in his draft year, and then had like a year back, and then he got knocked out. Fucking pre-season, 10 days
Golf
before
ball.
round one. Good lord.
Golf is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, it's a killer, man. That tiny little ball, it's a danger to society.
Yeah.
It's also a danger to me when I can't play it and I start just throwing golf clubs everywhere.
Oh, if we want to talk about golf games, I'm really good at Wii golf. Wouldn't say I'm terrific with a golf club.
With an actual club.
I'm very much how you'd picture someone having a golf swing for the first time.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I'm starting to finally like progress out of my like I'm so shit at golf. Like I shouldn't be out here phase, and like it makes me feel good. Like I go to the driving range and I'm like I feel okay now.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about the first time I went golfing, which was only about a year ago now. We went to a golf course and it was the first time I've been. I was excited because it was just, I'm pretty sure I went for my birthday. Anyway, went golfing, thought, oh, this is exciting. We started the course and yeah, after a few swings of first hole and not particularly getting far down the way, the guy comes out from the reception and goes, you reckon you want to try the short course? And me and my mate look at me and go, yeah, we'll just go collect our balls and we'll go to the short course. And no one on the short course has a little golf cart. No one. It's walking distance for all of them, so, except us. Yeah. There's a few. I bought like 10 balls, came home with 3.
That'll do it.
But this is where I know I improved. The next time I went, came back with 5.
Yes, absolutely. When you're first playing golf, you don't judge your game based on your score. You judge it on how many balls you come home with and how many you lose in the time.
I came back with 5 compared to 3. It's 2 more balls. I haven't been since.
Golf.
You know how they say you're like in your mid-20s? Well, you wouldn't know yet. Actually, you probably already do know. You're golfing already. But you either golf or you buy a smoker.
Yeah.
For
I think
barbecue and stuff.
I'm the golfer. I've hit the golf.
I'm the smoker.
Yeah, I've hit the golf phase. I like hit it real early. I like end of last year. I was like, fuck, I could play golf for the rest of my life and I wouldn't care. Like, like I hit that phase where I was like, I could literally do this every single day for the rest of my life and be as happy as I've ever been. Like,
that's me with the meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smoking your steaks. They also say you got to try both before you realize which one's better for you. And well, I've tried both, and one doesn't give me grey hair.
I like eating meat. I don't like cooking it. We're all good.
Well, while you're out having a round of golf, I'll be here smoking the meats, and then I can feed you.
No worries. Sounds good.
It's a weird turn.
Yeah, I don't know. What was that?
Or like, we can go golfing. I'll bring the smoker and I'll cook on the cart while you're having a hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'll have a little stall and sell it to everyone else that's golfing. Writing this down because this is a fucking genius idea.
Okay.
Golfing, barbecue, smoker.
So anyway, this is a football podcast.
Business. Did you see Orazio went to Carlton?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go.
Speaking of cooked,
Rise to Carlton. Oh dear. I was saying this before. I don't mind it. I think it's okay.
I don't mind it for him to have another opportunity because there is no chance he was playing AFL football at Port Adelaide next year. Because the way he was going and based on his body, he could have had a great pre-season. But I think once the pecking order is picked at Port, it's very much a very difficult place to work your way back in. And you look at Rioli, Sam Powell-Pepper, McEntee. I reckon players like Mead have gone ahead of him. And, you know, we would have obviously picked up Narkle halfway through the year as well. So for Orazio to think he would have had an opportunity, he's certainly, I think, better at his best than some of those. But yeah, as I said, a pecking order at Port, and you've already got the class and the magic of Rioli there anyway.
Yeah.
Having two of them, whilst would have been phenomenal, he's better off going at Carlton. Well, Carlton was a surprise. I thought GWS were in the mix, but
yeah, I thought GWS had like already done it basically. Yeah, it's random. Like the reason I say it's okay, I think, is Carlton's biggest weakness is their small forwards. Like they just don't have a consistent like they can't have one that consistently performs each week. Like it hasn't been that way for a while now. Like they've got Matt Cottrell, but he's not like small. He's kind of that medium forward and he's a pressure kind of guy. But like their small forwards, which was Fisher when he was there, they've got Motlop, they've got Owies, they've just got these like guys that are just okay. Like they're just here and there and they're okay. So I think if you bring in Orazio, who has over time proven that he can perform, like he knows, like at like Essendon and early days at Port, like he's obviously kicked goals, he knows what he's doing. Bringing in another sort of type like that, like they need a better one. Like Orazio is not going to solve all their problems. He's not going to be the one that wins them a premiership, but he kind of adds a little bit more like experience to it because that's very young. All those guys, like, you know, with Motlop and Owies and that, like very, very young. So you bring in a guy that's played a little bit more, has been in the system for longer. Like he hasn't played that many games because he's been injured the entire time. But you bring in a guy that's been in the system for a while, knows what it's like, kind of thing. And I think it's okay. So I don't mind it from Carlton. I just don't think he's not going to be the superstar small forward, but he's going to bring something that I think the others can't quite on a consistent basis, kind of thing.
I look at his stats at Port Adelaide. So he was there for 3 years. He played 19 games, kicked 30 goals. 15 of those games were played in 2021. He played 4 games after that in 2022 and 2023 combined. 2022, he played 1 game. It was the sub and didn't get used.
So it doesn't count.
So really, it doesn't count.
It does not count.
He played, I think, the first 3 games this year. One of the games, actually, I think, was late, and he was a sub and probably didn't get used again, if I'm right. He kicked 2 goals, 5. Obviously played round 1 against Brisbane in that smashing of them. But after that, yeah, he wasn't to be seen, which sucks because I think at Port, if there was a team he was absolutely going to stand up and dominate in, it would have been Port Adelaide, especially in a year like this year with the team rolling along, and he would have had ample opportunity and stuff like that. But yeah, I look at that and his career in general, he's played 99 games. His 100th game is going to be at Carlton if he plays. His 100th game. So he's been, since 2014, he's played 99 games. It's 10 years.
Yeah, like the injuries have hit him more than a lot of people. Like he was okay at Essendon, like he didn't hit him too bad, and then when he got to Port, it just like his body just failed him pretty much, which is almost the entire. This is also like one of those rare cases where someone moves home and then leaves again. Like he moved back to South Australia and then he's like, I'm gonna go back to Victoria and try and play football, kind of thing. Just a really weird case of it.
I think when you know you're young enough to still have an opportunity. He moved home at a time where it was like, I think he was 27 years old, and it was like, right, I can finish my career at home and be happy. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. When you don't get an opportunity and when your body's just not right and you just still know you have something left, you got to find a home. And I think GWS were looking. There was inquiries about going home to Essendon. Whether they were true or not, I'm not sure. But to end up at a place like Carlton, like we talk about their small forwards and can they really have an impact? You've got your Motlop, Hoey's and Durden, which they're B grade small forwards that are going to do the job. And at the end of the day, in a team like Carlton, we saw their final series. They don't need that X factor to have a good big impact. And I agree. He'll work well at the feet of a Kerno and a Mackay. It's just a matter of hoping that Carlton's rehab facilities are good enough because he'll need it. And that's no shying. That's not even an insult. That's just clear fact. And when you get cursed like that, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I just love the fact that Carlton supporters have all of a sudden, they were hating on Orazio when he was at Port, when he was at Essendon. But all of a sudden he comes to Carlton and it's like, he's our Lord and Saviour.
I haven't quite seen a Lord and Saviour tweet yet, but I've seen a lot of oh, welcome Orazio, and I'm like, everyone has been shitting on Orazio for years, me included. I've also shit on Orazio because he hasn't played. So I'm the same, but I'm not I think he's going to be fine for Carlton, but I don't think he's going to win him a premiership by any stretch. But yeah, it is very funny to say.
I'm glad he's got a home. Like in all seriousness, I haven't done anything on ThePear about it, but I just think he had a chunk of this year where he was in the sandful that he could have been playing AFL. He was kicking 4 goals a week. Like, I think it was even in that period where Port had a 4-game losing streak and were looking okay, looking below average.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting picked. And it was even then I was like, you can't go on. Whether you retire, get delisted. But yeah, I'll see how he goes. Hopefully he enjoys Icon Park. And
enjoy the 4 o'clock at Icon Park.
Yeah, the training,
Him and Elijah Holland's really enjoying the free space out there at Icon Park.
Fantasia and Hollands.
That's
weird combo.
Orazio Fantasia, probably still top 3 coolest names in the league. So at least he's got that going for him, which is a win.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Orazio Fantasia.
Orazio. Anyway, how about
Fantasia? Yeah, I love how the only talking points of this offseason about free agents and delisted free agents are
Port at the minute.
Port. But Port haven't even announced that Orazio's leaving.
Yeah, no.
I haven't got a members email. I haven't seen any notification. Have Port's social media just taken off?
Yeah, they're on holiday too. They're in fucking.
They've done the Lacombe and they've gone, fuck it. We'll come back next year.
They're in the Netherlands with Bergman. They're just chilling.
Yeah, they're taking his pictures. Kind of creepy, but anyway.
But yeah, Scott Lycett's been linked to Collingwood, Richmond, and St Kilda. When I said that I wanted an experienced ruck to partner with Ron Marshall, Scott Lycett wasn't the one that I was looking for. I was looking for a Brodie Grundy. I was looking for a Todd Goldstein. I was looking for one of those guys. Scott Lycett wasn't exactly the one that was fucking top of the list.
It'd be very funny because, yeah, just funny, really. If he ended up at Collingwood and was like Billy Frampton and ended up winning a premiership, I'd always, I don't know, do something immature.
I'd just give up.
Yeah, I'll be done.
I give up on football. That'd be it.
What do you think? If Scott Lycett comes in, he's obviously just going to be a backup.
Yeah.
Do you think I don't know if he'd be happy on a list like that. He wants to be a number 1 ruck. And the funny thing is he's just gone and targeted every club that has a pure number 1 ruckman.
I don't know why. Collingwood's an interesting one, considering they already play with 2 ruckmen. That's a real weird call from you, Scott, considering you're not better than either of them. Us is sort of understandable because we're sort of looking to play Marshall more forward. So if we need a genuine ruckman to play tap while he does that, that's understandable why he wanted to come to us. Who's the other one? Richmond. Yeah, actually, that makes a bit of sense. Going to Richmond, I suppose. Hopefully, he just goes to Richmond. That's fine. If he comes to us,
But what's he replacing at Richmond? Soldo, who was going to be 3rd in line anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like
He's better off at staying it. From my honest opinion, I don't think he's. I think he's done. Like he's cooked. His body's like
yeah,
beyond what he could do for a consistent 22 weeks.
yeah,
But if there's a place you want to stay and actually fight for a position, I think it is Port Adelaide. You have a ruckman coming in who was third in line at Richmond,
yeah.
who's probably going to be our number one. You have a Jordan Sweet who was dominating the VFL but was behind Tim
Not
English.
getting the game at the Dogs. Yeah.
You got Dante Visentini, who's also in that category for
Played a
cool
lot.
names.
2 games.
He's played 2 games and has a cool name. Like, and then you've got Sam Hayes, who'll probably be delisted. And then you're going to have to fight between Dixon and Finlayson, who do the chop out rucks. It's like, I think you're pretty well level with all of them.
Yeah.
If you're going to be fit and firing, you're an SA boy as well. It's like, yeah, that's just, I think Port Adelaide are the cure for homesickness. Just people come home, they come here and they're like, well, time to go.
So they come back, they're like, oh, finally, I'm back in Adelaide. And they spend like 3 seasons at Port and they're like, actually, you know what? Story sounds pretty good. I'm going to go that way.
We end people's careers. Paddy Ryder went back away.
Yeah, he did too.
Jack Watts retired.
What the fuck? I don't even think about this.
Jimmy Tumpers came home and then delisted.
There must be a documentary about this.
There was a list somewhere of Port Adelaide's recruits in, and I was looking through and was like, there are a lot of names there that are no longer here.
That's funny. Holy shit.
Like we've traded out, not so bad. Like I think our big key names are Wingard and Dougal Howard, and look how well they've been.
Logan Austin. He's one of my favourite Saints Gridley players. Logan Austin is such a good Saints Gridley player. Anyone that's listening to this that still does Gridley, if there's one that Logan Austin fits in, do it because it's fucking funny.
I'm getting it up now. I want to see this list. While I do that, has there been anything else you've heard? Oh, Jeremy Sharp.
Yeah, they're listed.
Going to Freo for free.
Oh, well.
Isn't he supposed to be the quickest runner?
Something like that. Close to. Oh, well.
Oh, look, I need access even though I have a membership. Oh, here we go. Hello. All right, where is this list? Let's have a look. Not here. Fantastic. Well, that doesn't matter. We'll do it next week or the week after, whenever we do it. I think that's it, really.
Yeah.
What else has been happening? Not much.
Not much. We did a tweet and a around the glass table that got a little bit funny.
All right, we're going around the glass table. Let's have a look. See, what did we do this week, Jared?
This week we touched on our my list from last week, which was some of the worst AFL haircuts of all time. And there's some real good ones here. First one we've got here at the very top from Brando is the Mohawk Max Gorn, the blonde Mohawk with then the brown buzz cut around it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Just looks like he belongs on one of the characters, but not a main character on Underbelly.
Yeah, spot on. Max, when Max Gorn first got drafted as well, he just had constant bed hair, like that was all it was. And then he decided to go with this, and it's like, all right, man.
So Max Gorn is, for me, 3 things he'll be remembered for: 2021 Premiership, that haircut, and the clean snap.
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember the clean snap comment?
Yeah,
on the footy show.
Yeah, I was trying to think what else. I was also thinking him getting his head sat on by Liam Ryan was another one that I had, and also the Google ads. I thought.
So he's got 5 things. All right, let's run through it. Max Gorn will be remembered for 5 things: the 2021 Premiership,
of course,
the blonde mohawk with the brown buzz cut, the Google ads, Liam Ryan being sat on, and the clean snap.
Great work,
Pretty
Max.
good resume, I
I
think.
was about to say that's a good little highlight to him, Maxie. Well done.
Some people get remembered for injuries or, one moment. Max has got a bundle.
He's got so many.
Like when an actor has like a real, like you can get bundles of movies in a DVD. That's Max.
His highlights.
Coming this October, the clean snap. A Max Gorn package. Dropping soon.
Oh, Jesus.
That all rattled off, and I was very proud of myself.
Any year you like?
Rocco came in with Sam Collins, and it's just one almighty. I don't even know what it is.
The thing that makes it for me, not like the haircut, but it's like the Ivan Milat goatee strolling in there.
Yeah, it's just
the perfect like circular goatee. It's horrendous. I hate looking at it. The one underneath it is one that I had in my list last week, and it's Sam Trexie-Seaton, and it seems to get worse every year. And I don't want to be mean, but I'm glad he's delisted so I don't have to look at his hair anymore. Because it's bad. It's always so bad.
It's just gotten worse ever since he went to West Coast.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure he used to just have like short hair, like a buzz cut, and then he just
wasn't it like a little rats thing going on or something?
Yeah, he had just whatever. Anyway, it's really bad. Like,
I really like this from the Hawthorn fan cast, which is one of our mates, Stred.
Yes.
Very nice. Josh Thurgood, who is really just an NPC.
Horrendous. And it's such a name. Like Josh Thurgood is just one of those names.
South Australian.
Yeah.
Best remembered for being danced around by Stewie Jew at the at Amy Stadium. I don't know if you remember the goal, but he's gone inside outside. That is one of the great goals. And Josh Thurgood was there in the long sleeve Hawks Guernsey, which is underrated.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, he looks like a TV antenna there.
Yeah, it's horrendous. That's not a good photo of Josh.
That is terrible. But I like Samantha's comment of I don't think anyone's topping that, and it's the one you went with. Terrible.
Bad. I don't know what was going through anybody's head in any of these, to be honest.
Carol. Just when you're just you wouldn't know, but when you're shaving and the shaver just stops. Yes. That's what it is.
Yes.
Beep, beep. That's what's going through my mind right now. Looking at that, that is
horrendous.
What do you ask for?
Yeah, I don't know how you ask for that at a barber's. I don't know how you like go and be like, yeah, do this, and then they do it, and then they're like, is this good? And you're like, yeah, that's what I was after.
But what do you like? I don't understand. I'm just gonna. Hi, my name's Nathan. I would like this haircut.
I don't know.
I pride myself on haircuts and stuff. Like it's one of life's pleasures. You go to the hairdresser, you ask for a simple haircut, you get the nice treatment, you get the towel on the back of your neck, you feel good, you walk out, you're 20 times better than what you were when you walked in. That haircut.
No.
Jared, you're paying money for that.
I hope he wouldn't. I hope that's like he was drunk and his mate was like, let me get the clippers. And he was like, yeah, no worries. That's what I'm hoping is going on there.
Well, why wouldn't you shave the rest?
I don't know.
Is it like every shaver you went to and it's just out of battery so you couldn't do it?
He probably lost a bet or something like that.
Must have been a bad bet.
Yeah. Is there any you've got? Any ideas or any you can think of off the top of your dome?
I'm trying to think of a couple. Rory Lobb, obviously, you said last week, which is, terrible. Well, anyone that's dyed their hair, I think Riley Bonner did it at one stage. He looked like borderline leopard print.
Yeah. And
it was, I think he took it to China. I thought of all places you're taking it to.
My thing, it's not even a bad haircut, but Daisy Thomas going from the blonde dreadlocks to just the short brown hair was such a disappointment that it almost made you hate the brown hair afterwards because you were like, no. You're like,
Oh yeah, like what are you doing, Daisy? That was the old I'm moving from Collingwood to Carlton move.
yeah, gotta look good.
Yeah. I'll take the personality out of me.
Gotta look clean when I'm over there. It's like Texas old mullet.
Oh, but that was good though.
Yeah, it was okay.
Van Marich's mullet.
Yeah, most of the mullets. Look, there was. Speaking of like, we're talking about bad haircuts, good haircuts. 2020 Jack Steele, he had like the not mullet, but it was like the short mullet where it was like didn't like flow, but it was like longer here, shorter on the sides, and he was playing his best footy, and I was like, Jack fucking Steele, look at you.
It just, yeah, some haircuts just match your form.
That was good. That was a good.
It's like your whole body just finds one bit of momentum, and it's just
that was
found my talent.
And Dan Butler had the same. He had the same sort of deal going on. Had the mullet, like blonde mullet, and he was playing fucking good football. And I was like, you too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a period where Hamish Hartlett, and I'm taking this back. It was 2014. He rocked up round 1 with a bush of hair, like it was just slick back Italian style.
Oh yeah.
He played the first 4 games. I think he got like 10 Brownlow votes or something. And then he got injured, and then he cut it, and he wasn't the same since. And then he came back for the final series, and he had the slick back. I think it was the born of the slick back hair, or the undercut, and it wasn't that long, and it was just like, Hamish Hartlett, you've got my heart. Don't let it go.
Bad, really bad.
I thought that was good.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think that's it for the haircuts. Really, there's just a lot of shit going on.
Stephen Salopek deserves a mention before I go. Everyone would be like watching this going, you know what to mention. Stephen Salopek rocked up round 1, 2004 with an explode. Like it looked like when Homer shot Marge with the makeup gun, but it's just white tips. It was terrible. And he went draft day. I couldn't believe this. Pear's on a pod plug, by the way.
Yep.
Rocked up to draft day with purple hair. Purple hair, purple hair. Stephen Salopek has purple hair.
That's a ballsy. That's like a tactic.
Imagine Choco Williams come up to you going, right, you're drafted, but you can fuck that hair right off.
That shit off. Yeah. What are you doing? Well, that's like
We didn't actually.
It's like in my last one before you, Nick Rewalt's first photo, like when he's been drafted and he's got the Karen haircut, like it's like the fringe that's like across here, and it's like just blonde like bob. It is horrendous. It's the worst, and I'm so like, good lord, it was not in a good form then. And he had that haircut when he took one of the greatest marks of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
He had that haircut when he ran back with the flight, collected Stephen Milne, and took an all-time mark. And I'm like, wow.
Just know that footage has that haircut in it.
Horrendous. Good work, Nick. Glad you cut it.
God bless haircuts in the AFLA.
God bless haircuts. What's next? Good lord.
Well, we're not doing stupid sexy because I haven't found anyone this week. So having another week off. I think I'm still trying to get over McTominay.
Tom and hey.
Still waiting for your reply. No, but you know what we could do instead, Jared?
Yes.
List.
Yay. Let's do it.
You just made the list!
Okay, we're going to do a list. We're going to check it twice. We're going to make sure these people are naughty or nice. I hate my life.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I think you go first. I need to recover from that comment.
All right. So, we've got 5 players again. Here we go.
I'm keen.
Good. Aaron Cadman, Paul Curtis, Sam Wicks, Bailey Humphrey, Sam Darcy.
Like people that were mentioned on Coaches Award this year?
No.
Because they very much sound like the first few rounds of the year.
A lot of fucking nothing, isn't there?
I was waiting
A
for
lot of
Charlie
nothing in
Comber, and
this
I was
one.
like, trifecta.
A lot of fucking nothing in this one, eh? Aaron Cadman, Paul Curtis, Sam Wicks, Bailey Humphrey, and Sam Darcy.
Yeah, you got me.
You ready?
Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it?
AFL players who still get their lunches packed by their mums.
What a list! What? Talk me through that thought process of coming up with that.
Nothing. I had absolutely nothing going through my head. I was like, fuck it, this will do.
Players. I just want to know where you were when you thought of the idea.
On the toilet, funnily enough. I was like, fuck, it's a good list. And then I was just going through all the players, being like, yep, that'll do. You'll do. Thank you.
There's so many more out there, I reckon.
Yeah. Big time. Oh yeah, this was a tough list to make. This was there's a lot of contenders.
I'm Patrick right now.
Well, there you go.
That's just extraordinary.
Hope
Hope everyone thought about that one at home.
hope someone got that one.
I really want to know who else is out there now.
Nick Caulfield.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 Nick Caulfield is definitely one of them. Players that go home as well, I think.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the homesick players. Hello.
Xavier Desmond's definitely going to get his lunch pack.
Hello, Lockie Schultz.
Oh, yeah. I want to go home for family reasons. To play for a premiership side.
Look at the premies.
Do you reckon his mum's got his little Collingwood lunchbox?
Little tin.
Collingwood drink bottle.
Yeah. All right, what's your list?
All right, my list. This will be. I think you'll get this.
Oh.
But I thought about this at work at 6:30 in the morning, so that's my context.
Yep.
It's my list for this week. The New Day, Rhea Ripley, Titus O'Neill, The Rock, and John Cena.
Fucking, that really rattled me hearing the New Day straight off the top. Okay.
It was a different order I wrote down, but I thought the New Day would really get you.
The New Day, Rhea Ripley, Titus O'Neill, The Rock, and John Cena. Is it like wrestlers that have been in Australia in the last 6 months? Because I know the New Day were here. Rhea Ripley lives here. Titus O'Neill is like a global ambassador. John Cena filmed a movie here. The Rock is the only one that I'm like, I don't know.
It's close. I forgot John Cena filmed a movie here.
Yeah.
Could have thrown Nicolas Cage in there too, because he's in Perth at the moment.
Yep.
Won't catch him at Freo West Coast though. No. Is that your guess?
Yeah, I was guessing Pete
Sort of close. Players that have been ambassadors for football clubs
Oh yeah, okay.
when they've visited. Now it's not as funny as yours, but I just want to go through them because it's very funny the teams we've got.
Yeah.
Because it's a real fucking niche market.
Bag.
So I'll start with the New Day. So the New Day were Hawthorn.
I was going to say, I thought they were Hawthorn recently. Yep.
Rhea Ripley was Carlton,
Yep.
even though she's South Australian. So
Her boyfriend's Carlton, so.
The Rock was Collingwood.
That makes sense.
John Cena was Collingwood.
Also next.
Titus O'Neill was Port Adelaide.
That's really random. That's actually a really good topic. Like celebrity, like not just wrestlers, but like celebrities that have like endorsed different teams and stuff. So like St Kilda, we have Ed Sheeran, which is a good one.
And I'm the most famous of them all, Eric Banner.
Eric Banner. But the thing is, right, like Ed Sheeran was like a come here and endorse this kind of thing. Eric Banner lives and fucking breathes as a St Kilda Football Club. Like Ed Sheeran was like, I'll come and I'll take a photo with the jump or whatever. Eric Banner is at every preseason, every fucking year he'll be there. Eric Banner's the best.
I love it because when sports and stuff come across, it's just a great topic to see who's endorsing who. And not many people come to Adelaide, or they go to. Sometimes I go to Sydney or whatever. I remember Valtteri Bottas for Formula One went to Richmond, which is just the funniest picture ever because he's such a bogan-looking freak. But his missus lives in Adelaide, so he's always here. And it's just like I love seeing. For some reason, I love when celebrities or other sports and sportswomen in general just embrace a team for no reason.
A lot of basketballers do it, like especially the ones that live here. Obviously, like Josh Giddey came back, and again, he's also like sort of in and around this area, and he got Hawthorn when he came back because he's close to Tom Mitchell and stuff. And he obviously played in Adelaide and all that. So it's very like it's really interesting to see which ones they pick because they're niche as fuck half the time.
Yeah.
And then there's always videos where they're like trying to bounce the ball. Like, it's just
and it's just so awkward.
Oh, it's the best. It's so good.
Chris Hemsworth is the Western Bulldogs.
Dogs. That, you know what photo I'm thinking of? Are you thinking of the same photo that I'm thinking of? Where he's like, yeah. He's built like a brick shit house. And
then they did the commercial for it the next year.
Yeah, and then I remember seeing the comments of that thing. It was just like all people in America being like, I don't know what this is, but I like it.
They definitely weren't liking the Guernsey, though.
Nah, absolutely.
No.
But yeah,
he was
here for the grand final. Yeah, I think he came back and watched the 2016 grand final. They kept like cutting to him or something. But yeah.
Came 2016. I'm pretty sure he was at 2021 as well.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know he was big into it 2016 and yeah, fucking very funny.
I love it.
It's the best.
Maybe that's our topic next week.
Yeah, I like it. I think that might be our question. What's your favorite?
Around the glass table.
What's your favorite
celebrity AFL supporters?
Absolutely. I like that.
Pretty sure Hugh Jackman's Port.
Yeah, he's from SA, isn't he? Is he?
Wouldn't have a clue, to be honest, but I've just seen him with a picture of Chad Corns, and I was like, they are two whipped men.
That's random. Yeah, there you go.
Titus O'Neill as well. I had a picture with him at the Port Adelaide Footy Club, and there's just a picture of me.
I remember you sending that out. Yeah, that is very funny. Titus O'Neill is the most fucking random one.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, for me, then it was like Titus O'Neill in 2016. I think had a decent run.
Yeah, well, it would have been coming out of the like it's a little bit after, but like the primetime players were a tag team then, and like they were like tag team champs and stuff. So it would have been like he was up there. Yeah. I'm living in this. It's niche wrestling. It's my fucking jam.
When he ran down the runway and then tripped over and went underneath. I've unlocked a lot of nostalgia.
This has been a very non-football episode of this football podcast.
It's been a very glass table podcast.
Yeah, it has. Absolutely.
I'm going to post that picture of Titus O'Neill again.
Good.
Same height.
Yep, that's good.
Different age. Definitely a different income. Definitely a different contribution. But we were like this in the photo. If you like cropped me and put it like in front of him, I was the skeleton of him.
That guy is huge. That guy's a big man.
He shook my hand in a deep voice, and I was like, "What's your name?"
That's good.
Good day, that one.
Yeah, I can imagine. Good one.
Right. Well, that's all I've got.
That's it. We did it.
just before we sign off, and we'll try to figure out how we sign off. We won't have an episode next week.
Yeah, we've realized there is no content. No football is like obviously men's footy's done and stuff. So I think we're going to the 2 weeks, the every 2 weeks situation for a while. Anyway,
Gonna go 2 weeks. Well, it's the no content thing. We've also got stuff on.
yes, we're very very busy.
So we go every 2 weeks. I think we're gonna have like 3 left. We're gonna do an AFLW grand final thing. Something else we've got planned that we've had planned for 6 months as an idea, but we don't know if we're gonna do it or not because us with ideas are the equivalent of what's kind of like a government. How they promise everything but don't deliver. At least the difference here is we aren't advertising it.
No, we're not making any promises.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically every 2 weeks from now.
Look forward to that. So make sure you soak in this one because this one's been a Rhea Ripley of an episode. I was going to say Rhea Ripper. Probably would have worked better. I'm a bit sad now.
How do we sign this off? What are we doing this time?
Run through what we've done over the last few weeks. So we've walked off. We've high-fived the camera. We've waved goodbye. We accidentally, on purpose, switched off the recording without leaving.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I was gonna say I just like slowly just closed the lid on my laptop, but I know you're on your phone, so I don't think it's not really gonna work the same way.
See you in 2 weeks.